What's up, guys? It's your boy Chris. Welcome to another great tech video. This was going to be the tech ride home, but for whatever reason I decided not to do the video on the ride home today, and I decided that I would come to you from my living room. So I'm sitting on my couch right now, and I wanted to get this video out because I felt it was important. I'm super busy, got some homework I still got to do, but this video was very important to me, and I want to talk to you guys about the new iPhones and the Apple announcement as a whole yesterday. So I'm gonna slow down. I'm not gonna talk as fast as I usually do because I need to make sure that I try to get it all in, but I want to talk about a couple of things. Thing number one is that Apple announced two iPhones yesterday. They announced what we thought they would announce: the 4.7-inch screen and the 5.5-inch screen iPhone 6s. One's called the iPhone 6, one's called the iPhone 6 Plus. I was hoping for the bigger iPhone. A lot of word on the street was that it was going to be pushed back till later because there were some manufacturing issues, but as it stands now, both phones will be out on September the 19th, which is about a week and a half from right now. The pricing, I'm actually okay with. I'm okay with the iPhone Plus being $299 to start and going up $100 each increment. I'm okay with the iPhone 6 being $199 and going up $100 each increment. What I'm not okay with is the way that they went from 16 gig to 64 gig. I think that's a cheat, and shame on Apple for doing that. I think they should have started with 32 gig phones, and they should have went from the 32 gig phones to 64 to 128. I think the reason there's such a gap between that 16 gig and that 64 gig is because they're kind of forcing you to buy that higher end phone, and I don't think that's fair to consumers. I think the baseline needs to be 32 gig because I think everybody needs that these days, and they completely cut that out, which was kind of puzzling to me and kind of unfortunate because I was really hoping for that to be the baseline, not 16 gig, because I don't think it's going to cost them that much more to go. It would have cost them that much more to go 32 instead of 16. It's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But I was a little disappointed about that. The other thing that I was disappointed about with the iPhone, there was two other things I was really disappointed about. One of those things was battery life. The battery life for the iPhone 6 will be pretty much what it is for the iPhone 5s, which is not very good. Both my wife and myself run through an iPhone battery very fast. We run through it before a day's up. We're always looking for juice, and that's unfortunate. And it's especially unfortunate because we pretty much have the same battery life now going into a larger screened device. So I don't know how that's going to work. My wife is the #1 tester in the world, so she will be the one to test the battery life of the iPhone 6. And if she doesn't drain it, the battery's good, but I suspect she'll be going through it in about half a day, which is, as I said, unfortunate. The other thing is that I feel like at this point the 4.7-inch screen is not a premium device, and I'll tell you why. Number one, they didn't make it a full 1080 display, a 1920 by 1080 display. That was reserved for the larger 6 Plus. The other thing is that it doesn't have real image stabilization where the lens actually moves to compensate your movement. That's only in the 6 Plus. That's not in the 6. So realistically speaking, if you're moving from an iPhone 5s to an iPhone 6, you're pretty much getting the same exact experience, just in a larger phone. Now, I will be getting both variants, and I will be unboxing and reviewing both variants because my wife is going to get next Friday the 4.7 and I'm going to get the 5.5. She's getting it primarily because she really needs a new phone because she beats the hell out of her phone. She's texting, playing games, she's always on it, and she burns the phone up in about 8 to 10 months. Because she just uses it a lot and it starts to act up on her. So she does need a new phone. I don't necessarily need a new phone, but I'm getting one because I'm blessed to be able to, and I like new technology, and hopefully I can help you guys who are on the fence about buying make the decision. But I think that those three things that I mentioned were a real letdown by Apple, and I think that they're really pushing the phablet when the phablet's not for everybody. And a lot of people, the attraction and the allure for the iPhone is that it's always remained smaller, especially for women and even guys and other people that wanted a small, more pocketable phone. And I don't think that I think that they're moving a little further away than I would like from their philosophy that's made Apple Apple. I do like that they do have the phablet available, but I wish they would have made the features equal in the 6 and the 6 Plus. And that's just my opinion, because you mark my words, mark them, mark this day, mark this video, I said it first. What'll happen is when they come out with the S models, or the models that'll be a year from now, all they're gonna do is put all the features that are in the Plus in the 6, and they're gonna make the battery life better, and everybody's gonna buy it. And I think that's fine. I mean, I understand they have to make money, they can't give it all to you at one time, but the Apple tax is high, and I just expect more from them to be a leader and to take care of the consumers a little bit better on the front end. They do a great job on the back end still, but I just wish they would take care of them a little bit better on the front end, especially the loyalists like myself who buy an iPhone pretty much every year, and my wife and everybody else that I know that's adopted that platform. Let me know what you guys think in the comment sections about that. I do like the rounded edges this time. A lot of people are comparing the rounded edges on the new iPhone to that of the 3G, 3GS. I will say you can't compare the two, because the rounded edges this time are liquid metal. The other time, you guys know, if you were around or if you bought iPhones back then, they were plastic. So there's a huge difference in quality right there. So you can't compare those because they're not apples to apples. But I mean, I don't know. I have to get it in my hand to feel it. I'm definitely going to be getting some cool cases and accessories to show you guys. This is what I've been waiting for, a phablet-sized iPhone. And for my personal opinion and for how I'm going to be using it, I wanted something big enough that would be an iPad substitute. And I think that the 5.5 will be that for me. I can use it like I would use my iPad, and I can use it like as a smartphone. So I would essentially have an iPad with me at all times, and I really like that, even if it's a smaller iPad. Especially when I'm working cameras, like all the cameras that I work that have the controls built into apps. I can see it on the larger screen, and I think that that's great, and I don't have to lug my iPad around all the time. As a matter of fact, I'm probably going to get rid of my iPad Air if I'm really happy with the 5.5-inch iPhone 6 Plus, and I think I will be. I am going for the gray because it comes in 3 colors, I believe: silver, gray, and gold. I don't know which one my wife's gonna get. We'll pick once we get there based on the supplies. We're not gonna pre-order on Friday. We're gonna go straight to the store on the 19th and buy them. I do have a connection there that I spoke to today, so he assured me that I should be able to do that depending on stock. They don't know what they're gonna get, and we'll go from there. My gut tells me that my wife's probably going to get the 16 gig version, and I'm going to get the 64 because I am not going to have my iPad around anymore, and my wife will still have her iPad, so she can kind of back and forth between the two. Anyway, that's all I guess I want to talk about the iPhones themselves. Let's talk about a couple other things from the keynote yesterday. One was the iPay, or the payment system that Apple's coming out with. I think that's going to be really interesting, and I really like it. Basically, you can use NFC, which they are finally bringing to the iPhone, and you can walk up to registers and certain things and put your phone down, and it'll ask you, do you want to pay with a debit card or whatever card that's saved on your phone? And if you accept, you put your finger on the fingerprint scanner, it registers that you accepted, it pays, you move on, no cards, no nothing. And I really like that, and there's a lot of people on board. What people fail to respect Apple for, and you got to respect their hustle on this, is they don't just come out with stuff like when Google came out with the Google Wallet. It was a great thing, but they didn't get the support behind them because their OS is frankly too fragmented. So what Apple did was they went out and got a lot of support before they decided that they wanted to go forward with this wallet, this mobile wallet, and they've got Wells Fargo, MasterCard, Visa, American Express, all kind of big names back in the Bank of America, and I think it's going to make for a great experience when you start buying things, especially once you get used to using it. Now, I'm always scared of hackers, and where there's a will, there's a way. So there's always going to be loopholes where people can get in there and get your information. But I do think that this is kind of the wave of the future with Bitcoins and things of that nature. I do like having my phone be able to make certain purchases, especially at the movies and other places when my wife has to hold all my stuff while I'm fumbling to try to find the card to pay with for things and I misplace it or whatever the case may be. This is nice, and it's supposed to keep all of your information private, and it's supposed to work really, really good once it comes out. We'll just have to wait and see. The program's supposed to kick off in October sometime, so that'll give us a good time frame to kind of gauge how things are going to work with this new mobile wallet that they came out with. But so far, so good. And the last thing that I want to talk about is the Apple Watch, which everybody and their mama, including me, thought was going to be called the iWatch. They called it the Apple Watch, and it looks very interesting to me. Excuse me, to me, got choked up. I really like it. I like what I saw so far, and I really like the design. It looks like a normal watch that I'm used to seeing, and I really, really like wearing watches. Let me say that first. So everybody that's out there that's listening to me, let me say this. If you don't wear a watch currently a lot of days, I would probably not recommend getting the iWatch because it's going to be a burden strapping something to your wrist if you're not used to it. If you're used to it with the phone, I would invest in a higher end iPhone and keep it moving, and I wouldn't worry about the watch. But for me, an avid watch wearer, I really want that, and I can use it in a lot of scenarios when I'm in business meetings, when I'm doing different things, and I'm really excited to see what it offers as a total package. The price is steep. Apple tax $350 to start, and I'm assuming with the rose gold, real gold, and it's probably going to go up to around $1,000 depending on what you get. We learned very little about it yesterday, but we did get to see what it would look like, and I'm really excited to try one on. And if everything goes right, I'll be able to get one, and my wife will be able to get one, so maybe we can do some demos of both of us using them. They do have a smaller one and a larger one for males and females or people with smaller wrists, and I already know which one I think I'm going to get. I think I'm going to shoot for the one that's the silver with the black sport band is the one I think I'm going to go with, because I like those rubber style bands and it just fits most anything you'll wear, and then it's a lot easier, or it's easy with any of those, excuse me, to just swap out the bands if I want to go to stainless or something at a later date. So I think overall the design is really cool. It's more boxy than I thought it would be, but I don't know, there's something about it that I really like. That and the Motorola Moto watch, that Moto G watch that just came, I like both of those, so I'm probably going to try to get both to test them out. But I'm really excited about the Apple Watch right now. Looks good from what I saw, but I like to get it in my hand to make sure that everything functions the way I think it's going to function, and I'll be excited to use it. So we'll find out more about that after the holiday season, which was smart on their part. They still have to announce new iPads this year. They definitely will have fingerprint scanners this time around. I don't know if I'm going to get one because, again, this new iPhone 6 Plus will probably feel the need for my iPad. Don't know yet, but we'll just have to wait and see. But they will definitely be announcing new iPads at some time this year, and then they'll give the holidays some time to rack up some funds from all these purchases that people are going to be making, let things settle down, then they'll drop the iWatch on us. And you know, I think people are going to embrace it, especially Apple loyalists, and there are a lot of us, and I'm one of them. So we'll see how it goes. I'm happy with the new offerings overall. I would have liked more battery life, especially with the bigger phone. I just think at some point you have to have a removable back so that you can add bigger, better batteries. And I don't know if we're going to get that, but because of the design that Apple likes to use, and they're obsessed with going super, super thin, which I don't mind, but I don't want to sacrifice functionality over style, and that's kind of where we are right now with the thinness of the iPhone. Is function more important or style more important? And to me, function all day, because I need my phone to work. That's why I like iPhone, because it works all the time, no questions asked, and all of my friends are on it. And frankly, that's what a lot of people go to when they decide about a console, when they decide about a phone. They generally get what their friends have, and everybody that I know is in the Apple ecosystem, largely thanks to me. And me being in the Apple ecosystem. Apple should pay me some money. Yeah, I done gave them all kind of business. But that's another video. Let me know what you thought of the keynote. Let me know if you're deciding to get an iPhone. I will be in line. I will be documenting my experiences in line. I haven't stood in line the length of time that I'm going to stand in line this time, but I think that the new iPhones, especially the bigger one, are going to sell huge and the lines are going to be long. So I'm probably going to get in line at 11 o'clock on Thursday night of next week and wait until the store opens at 8, and they probably will open at 7, an hour earlier, and that's when I'll get my phone and you guys will be the first to see it once I get it. That being said, sorry that I'm a little late to the party on this, but I wanted to really gather my thoughts and make sure that I was giving you accurate information on my opinions once I actually watched the keynote. Tried to watch it online at work and that wasn't happening because it kept freezing and they had the little blow by blow, and I had to go teach a class, so I said screw it. So I watched it later last night and I was able to sleep on it and kind of digest what I saw a little bit better, and I wanted to share my opinions once I saw everything so I could give you my full opinion on what I think about the new offerings and how successful they'll be. Anyway, again, let me know if you're going to get it in the comment section. Let me know, if not, which new phone you're going to get. A lot of Android phones were announced just last week. The Note 4 being very attractive, and the Galaxy Edge, I think it's called, where the icons fall off the edge of the phone. Another very attractive phone. So I'm interested to know if you're team Android or team iPhone, and if you are team iPhone, are you going to stick with what you have, or are you going to buy the newest, latest and greatest? Same thing for you Android guys. Let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.